Yun. So what's up, Team Bear? Berry again back with another video. So in this quick video, we will do a market recap on what happened this trading week, as well as we will do a quick market outlook for the week of March 25, 2024. So 13th trading week out of 52 weeks this 2024. So may 39 weeks pa tayong left, no? So let's get into it. Let's look at the markets, specifically the US market, PSE and crypto. Okay, so let's start with the S&P 500, no? So okay, looking at the S&P 500 weekly chart, so good candle, no? Good weekly candle, no? A strong bullish candle for the S&P 500, breaking above this swing high, weekly swing high for the past 2 weeks, which is at 516. So on the daily, still inside this uptrending channel. Overall, still on a strong uptrend yung S&P 500 natin, with your MA20 still trending upward, sloping upward. Same with your MA50 and MA100. So still on a strong uptrend yung S&P 500 natin. So key levels, no? Key levels. So most likely for me, ang pinaka tinitingnan ko is the 518 level, which is the 50% of this Fed meeting candle nung Wednesday. So as long as 518 holds, no, most likely we will continue a market rally for the next coming weeks. But overall, the S&P 500, no, still looking good. Most likely testing this previous high of the Fed meeting candle as support level, which is at 520 area. So ayun, still on strong uptrend, no? Parang kinikis na lang, nag-hover lang siya above MA20 as its dynamic support. Same with the Qs, no? Same with the Qs. You have your retest of your previous high breakout. So this is your trading range, no? Your 20-day trading range, which is eto yung point of control mo. Most shares were traded for the Qs at 438, 440. So as long as itong 445 holds for the Qs, along with your support trend line on the channel, uptrending channel, I think doing good itong Qs natin. So looks like it created a bear trap as well, no, for the Qs. Nag-break below the support trend line na itong uptrending channel but recovered upwards, no. Yung Qs natin. Parang nag-ano lang siya, nag-create lang siya ng mini base, consolidation base for around a week or so, and then nagbe-breakout na siya right now. So, ang only red flag na nakita ko for the Qs is on Thursday, it attempted to break above all-time high sa 448 level, 448 area, but it got faded. Looks like ang gagawin ng Qs natin is mag-gap fill muna siya dito at this area. Gap fill muna, test this as your support level. Itetest yan ng mga sellers at saka isusupport dapat yan ng buyers. If hindi, if your 440 does not hold, your MA20 does not hold, medyo dapat mag-ingat tayo, no? Overall, if this MA20 breaks again for the second time in just a month, in just a span of 30 days, dapat medyo maging cautious na tayo, no? But overall, madaming tailwinds tayo na experience, lalong-lalo na yung Dovish remarks ng Fed recently, no, this Wednesday. So that's our Qs, still on a strong uptrend, trying to test this as your support level, yung dating resistance area. So let's look at our mid caps, no. So all in all, mid caps also still on a strong uptrend, no. You have your MA20 trending upward, 50-day SMA as well, and MA100. So actually, nag-breakout yan recently nung bandang Feb lang sa all-time high. So wala pa siyang 2 months, 3 months above the all-time high or previous all-time high dito sa base na yan. So this is considered as your accumulation base if you're gonna consider it as your Wyckoff accumulation. Right now, we are on an early stage markup pa rin. So clear flag pattern for the MDY, our mid-caps benchmark. So a clear flag on MA20 was a good setup for MDY. So pwede mo din naman yung i-trade, but for me, individual names are much better to be traded for the MDY. So same thing, no? Friday tried to break above the all-time high, but hindi niya kinaya, no? So Thursday was the all-time high breakout, but right now testing your 540 area as your support na dating resistance, no? So SR flip, support resistance flip for the MDY. So same thing with the IWM. So pinaka-laggard out of the main indices natin, yung 4 main indices natin, which is the SPY Qs, IWM, and MDY, yung mga main ETFs na tinitingnan natin, no? So this tracks the Russell 2000 ETF. So our small cap benchmark basically. So right now, hovering above the MA20, created this bear trap sa MA20, so that's good. So medyo ini-invalidate niya na yung bull trap dito. Medyo bearish signal to dati sa akin. 2 weeks ago, medyo bearish signal talaga to na nag-attempt siya mag-breakout dito sa 3-month range, 2-month range, then na fade lang din. So nag-support siya dito basically no sa support trend line natin, support trend line na mapaplot natin. So this can be considered as your ascending triangle, no? Same thing with your MA50. So confluence ng support trend line, no, body to body. So 2 points and then your MA50, which is your blue line. So that's our IWM, no? So all in all, as long as it's holding 205 area and not breaking below the $200 area, no, for our IWM, still looking good, still has great potential for position plays and swing plays as well. Although versus other indices, our other ETFs na tinitignan natin, medyo malayo pa siya sa all-time high, no? Medyo malayo pa siya sa all-time high. So if we're gonna take our measure tool, so halos 12% pa siya, ganun pa siya kalayo sa all-time high area niya, which is at 236 area. So if you're gonna look at the index, tignan mo na lang yung RUT. So sa paresang yan. So IWM, RUT, paresang for me. Tradable kasi IWM. So that's our main indices. So let's look at the heat maps, no? So ETF heat maps. This trading week up yung SPY mo for 2%. Same with the Qs, 2% halos. IWM, same with the small caps, 2% halos. Your SMH, which is your semiconductor ETF, up ng 4.93%. So same with Succel, another semiconductor ETF, up ng 11%. Heavyweight on the Nvidia, no? So ito Nvidia leverage data to. So yan. So leverage 2x yung NVDL na ETF. So Dow Jones up ng 1.75%. Yung inverse ETF natin negative 8.21%. So kabaliktaran lang ng TQQQ yan halos, no? So XLF, one of the top traded or actively traded this trading week, up ng 2%. So great great movement coming from the financial. Same with your industrials and energy sector. Your tech sector also recovered this trading week, and your XLY, no, which is your consumer discretionary sector, spider sector. So ayun. So later on, let's look at the daily changes, weekly changes ulit ng sectors natin. So sa segments, so balik tayo dito sa segments natin. So zoom in natin ng konti. Let's look at it, 125%. So MDYG still leading in terms of BTP relative strength and trend composite scores. So all in all, you have your growth names accelerating, mid caps and S&P 500, your large caps to mega caps, and your core names, no? So essentially, if you're a swing trader, momentum trader, focus on growth names or core names under those segments. So last trading week, you have your movement in your small cap growth, no? So on the weekly, you have your top gainer, which is your S&P 400, your mid cap MDYG up ng 2.7%. Small cap growth 2.4%, your mid cap value also up 2.18%. So all in all, you have your good movements in your mid caps, in your core names as well. So S&P 500 growth up ng 2% dahil na rin sa ginalaw ng Nvidia, no? And actually Microsoft, another contributor sa S&P 500 growth natin. So growth versus value, let's look at it, no? So tignan natin yung ratio niyan ng to make it simple na lang, no, sa monthly changes. So tignan natin yung S&P 500 growth versus the S&P 500 value. So 13% up growth 5.69% up yung value natin. So you have your good movement, no? You have more good movement sa growth names mo, sa S&P 500, sa large caps, mega caps mo, versus value names. So that's the bottom line. If you're a position trader, you can look for value position plays. So madaming plays na makikita dyan. But if you're a swing trader, momentum trader, core and growth yung tignan mo na lang. So for the sectors, no, let's look at the sectors again, no. Energy top gainer natin. Actually top in terms of RS and trend composite, yung XLE natin. Your communications is also under the top 3 sectors natin. Same with financials. In terms of weekly changes, you have your consumer discretionary and your communications leading this trading week. So on Friday, ang pinaka-nag-accelerate is our consumer discretionary, our XLY. Dahil na rin most likely kay Nike, yung earnings ni Nike. Tingnan natin yung Nike na ticker. So better than expected yung EPS, yung revenues, although down pala siya, no, I'm sorry. So most likely dahil kay Nvidia to. Double check natin. Or kay Lululemon. So Nike, Lululemon last week merong earnings release. Tignan natin Lululemon. So also down. Ba't kaya ganun? Ba't siya up? So Amazon baka main contributor niyan. So Amazon up ng 0.4% lang last trading day. Tesla medyo weird to So ayan, anyway, you still have your consumer discretionary up this trading week or this the past trading day yung anong Friday. XLY, double check natin. Yan. So okay naman. So 1.49. So we can look at the individual sectors, no? XLY looks like creating another pullback sa MA50. Nag-breakout dito sa flag pattern natin and then retesting again your MA20 as your support level. So try to attempt to break out above the 52-week high, no? Eto. Yung 184 level but got faded. So for now, for me, medyo buy on pullbacks ang pinaka main theme natin ngayon if you're gonna trade consumer discretionary names. So let's look at energy names, XLE or XLE na sector. So good movement, good momentum for XLE. A nice breakout of this multi-month base. So since 2023, no, multi-year base pala. So 2022 up to 2023, nag-create yan ng ascending triangle and right now breaking above that level. Might test 100 area as your next target for XLE, no. So great movement coming from XLE. Buhat na rin ng movement ng oil and gas, no. The same time, I think another catalyst of this is yung increased demand for computing and processing ng AI servers. I'm not sure, but yun, good movement coming from the XLE. XLC, nandyan yung ano mo, Meta, Google, Disney, Netflix na components mo. So let's look at XLC. So great breakout coming from this base. Good momentum, although meron kang I'm not sure anong tawag sa candle yan, but somewhat medyo bearish yan for me yung candle na to at $81 area. So still not on an all-time high, slightly below all-time high na lang etong XLC natin. So around 2% na lang, no? So about to break out of the all-time high. So expect some resistance, no, at $84 for XLC. So nandyan yung meta mo, I think breaking above the flag pattern again. So nag-test lang ng MA20 mo as support, dynamic support, and then right now parang attempting to re-break again the 514, 515 area, but got faded nung Thursday. So that's your meta, no? Actually an emerging setup to for me. So parang box pattern or whatever. So as long as nag-hold yung MA20 mo at 500, okay pa to for me, tong meta natin. Okay, so a clear play most likely on midweek this week 13, but ayun nga, since it's a Holy Week, baka mamahinga muna yung mga ano muna natin, mga institutions natin. So on Friday, we will not have a trading day, no, sa US. So considered as a holiday, no. So close to NYSE and Nasdaq natin. So that's our XLC. Okay, ilang minutes na ba tayo? Okay, 15 minutes in. So good movement coming from XLC. So let's look at XLF. So our XLF, medyo may bearish engulfing ka lang Friday. But overall, looking at the big picture, your XLF is still on a strong uptrend and still on a fresh breakout, no? Sa all-time high natin dati at $40. So for me, if this is gonna pull back, no, baka MA20 yung need mong tignan, which is at 41, no? For this trading week, 41 yung pwede mong tignan for XLF. So yun, medyo mainit lang, no? Sa outdoors tayo. So that's XLF. So XLB, no, for our materials. So still I think all-time high to tong XLB natin. Yan. So a clear breakout coming from this complex inverted. So you have this bear trap, big bear trap, and then you have your multiple left shoulder and right shoulder. Essentially, this is an accumulation base, dating suspected distribution, but ayun, still on an early stage markup. So notable names for XLB, you have your Sherwin-Williams about to break out of the all-time high level again. No, but overall, most likely it will create a mini base muna dito sa 330 area papuntang 345. So meron tayo dati nito. But for now, as long as it's not yet breaking above the all-time high, medyo mag-aantay muna ako ng clearer setup dito sa 330, 345 level for Sherwin-Williams. So that's material. So tech, hindi ko na masyadong titignan yan. You have your Nvidia, which is a great mover nung Friday, no? So up siya ng 3%. So breaking above this somewhat flag pattern or continuation pattern, no, for Nvidia. So a good test of MA20 as support level, and most likely it will create new all-time highs and test 1,000 level. No, high probability for me. It will test 1,000 level. It will consolidate at that area or might resist at that area. Pwede rin strong break above 1K and then retest 1K. No? So, isa yun sa mga pwede mong tingnan na scenario. Since it's breaking above this continuation pattern, next target mo, no? If pattern based target lang din, next target mo is at 1050. So if ever man it breaks above 1K, pwedeng mag-overshoot siya to 1050, 1070, and then next is retest the 1K area. So yun yung bias ko. Strong up move to 1070, 1050, then retest 1K area again. So that's Nvidia. No? So outperforming your AMD. So syempre Nvidia, yan talaga yung main leader natin eh. Actually, siya na yata yung market eh. Siya na ata yung S&P 500, siya na rin ata yung Nasdaq, no. So AMD testing MA50 for XLK, no? So one of the main decliners for this past 2 weeks. So a big decline, a big pullback papuntang MA50. So may opportunity naman dyan, I think, no? So near all-time high pa rin naman yung AMD mo, slightly around 8%, 10% from all-time high. Actually more than pala, 20%, I'm sorry. So this is considered as a nice pullback actually. This is your value area for me. As long as it's holding 180. If it rebreaks 180 and creates a consolidation area or consolidation base at 180, maybe a 3-day consolidation, 5-day consolidation will be a good setup to enter in for AMD, no, for a long position trade, no. So AMD, a good competitor or significant competitor for Nvidia, yun yung opinion ko. So AMD, another semicon tech name na pwede mong tignan, although wala pa ata to sa XLK, is ARM. ARM. So nandyan yung ano mo, nandyan yung ARM mo, which is another benefactor sa AI theme natin. So breaking above the anchored VWAP. So tignan mo lang yan, gamitin mo lang yung tool na anchored VWAP. Nilagay ko siya dito sa high volume area natin. Eto, high momentum candle with big volume. So right now breaking above MA20 as well. So I'm anticipating a good up move or a good move for ARM if it re-breaks the 140 level. So might possibly continue this up run, no, for ARM. Recently nag-IPO lang yan. Nag-expire na rin ata yung mga IPO shares na naka-lock up. So hindi ko alam yung implications totally, but looks good for me, no, in terms of price action yung ARM holdings. So a good play for me. A momentum and swing play. So consumer staples, so XLP. So you have your PG, Costco, and others, no? Sige. Yung dami na akong hindi na-discuss sa XLK. But all in all, you can look at the components. You can pause this video and look at the individual names, no, for XLK and other top sectors natin, sa spider sectors natin. So, nandyan yung consumer staples mo. So, since nasa bottom 50% na to, I'm not gonna look for setups in these names for now, since I'm my priorities to trade swing plays and momentum plays. So, Tesla, something to discuss lang din, no? So, Tesla is on a strong decline, no? Parang creating this mini flag lang, bearish flag, and might possibly continue its downward move papuntang 150. No, which is this swing low area, major swing low area. So that's Tesla. If you're a short trader, a short bias trader, you can trade Tesla naman. You can trade Tesla if you're gonna short this name. If you're long biased on Tesla, it's on a strong downtrend, so stay away from Tesla muna for now. So ayun. Okay. So tignan na natin yung market groups. No? So may mga blanco lang tayong components. Maybe yung code natin is not pulling some component datas. Yan, so lumabas na rin. So you have your semicon this trading week as your top RS and trend composite leader, no? Your cannabis, MSOS, medyo dinidisregard ko lang muna yan since may mga na-experience akong weird movement sa MSOS. But if you're gonna look for cannabis names, for me, significant enough tong Tilray. So cannabis name yan. So pwedeng downtrend line breakout, resistance trend line breakout at 240. So nag-clear breakout na rin sa $2, so that's good enough for me, no? So it's on a late stage accumulation yung Tilray. So it's a tradable swing setup muna. Pwede mong ibenta at 360. So next is Kura, although sa TSX yan, no? Top component ni din yan, ni MSOS, kaya din nag-rally yan. So possibly it will break all-time high yung Kura Leaf. Yun, so next blockchain as always, since maganda rin yung movement ng Bitcoin, no? Bitcoin names natin. So I'm sorry, hindi pala to quick session, no? Gusto ko na rin talagang in-depth yung market outlook natin. So blockchain, up this trading week around 2%. You have your home builders also up ng 5.63%. So overview muna tayo, no, before we look at the individual names. So 563 up, 5.63% up yung home builders natin, ITB. So dahil na rin sa magandang remarks ng Fed this trading week, nung Fed meeting nung Wednesday, no? Parang sure na daw na magkakaroon ng 3 rate cuts. So that's good for mortgage rates, and that's good for home builders, no, overall. At the same time, sige, tignan na rin natin yung home building data. So medyo mabagal lang, sorry. So maganda yung recent data sa home building natin, sa home builders natin. So building permits, so last week, previous week, so building permits higher than expected, higher than consensus, higher than previous month. Housing starts also good, no? Overall 1.52 million versus the previous month of 1.4 million. So versus consensus higher than expected. So that's good, no, in terms of your home builders. So overall looking good yung home building segments natin, home building sector natin. So IPOs reclaimed the top 10 again. So IPOs last 1 to 2 weeks ago, down na siya ng 11th rank, top 12 rank. Then reclaimed the top 5 top 5 spot. So up ng 2.81%. So industrials and water, significant enough movement, 3.24%. Online retail, 2.11%. And broadline retail as well. Sana ba yun? Broadline retail, 2.4%. XRT. So you have your banks up also, and your away ETF, which is transportation and travel tech, up ng 3.7%. So you have your passenger and airlines and transportation sector, IYT, also up this trading week. Renewables, parang nag-mean revert siya, up siya ng 3% this trading week. So metals and mining, XME, up this trading week 3.1%. So syempre nandiyan yung gold miners mo, although down this trading week, down 0.47%. So 1.2% down ng Friday. Dahil na rin sa parang trap movement na ginawa ng gold natin. So faded breakout sa 2,200 area yung SAW natin, yung gold natin. So GLD, looking at GLD, same movement, no, your gold trust, spider gold trust. So GDX was deeply affected as well no Thursday and Friday. So XME up dahil na rin sa movement ng copper. So on a strong breakout, or created this strong breakout dito sa multi-month base, multi-month range. So that's a good sign for copper and actually the economy as well. So risk on, risk off, din yan benchmark yung copper natin. So yun, retesting, most likely retesting for $4 area yung copper natin. So that's one of the contributors ng XME natin. So banks up 3.2% dahil na rin sa remarks ng Fed recently. So yan, speaking of significant news naman tayo, hindi na ako masyado magdedwell on the individual names. You can pause this video, look at the individual names. For me, ITB, you have your DHI, good setup. LEN as well, you have your lows, your Toll Builders. Toll Brothers. So sa blockchain, nandyan yung Coinbase mo. As always, hindi mawawala yan. So also, Hood, interesting enough, one of the blockchain components of block ETF. So Semicon, you have your Nvidia, you can trade that momentum. You have your I think ADI, significant setup as well for Semicon. For me, this is a potential setup, no? About to break above this all-time high level. So multi-year base din yan, multi-year accumulation base since 2022. So once it breaks above $200 na lang, no, para sarado. So $200 sarado. Once it breaks above $200, this is a potential all-time high play, no, for ADI, Analog Devices Incorporated. So that's ADI. So let's talk about what happened to our macro benchmarks, no. So DXY, starting with the DXY. So breaking above this RTL, no. So yung RTL natin, resistance trend line natin. Remove muna natin yung drawing. So let's look at the big picture. So DXY looks like under accumulation phase if you're gonna look at it through the lens of Wyckoff theory. So essentially this is your plotted RTL, no? Immediate RTL mo, immediate resistance trend line, and actually it's breaking above that RTL on Friday. So significant movement. Nag-breakout sa MA50, tried to break below that nung Wednesday due to the dovish remarks ng Fed, but Thursday, Friday, nag-rally yan dahil na rin sa significant news no na ni-release ng Switzerland. So surprisingly, the Central Bank of Switzerland nag-cut sila ng interest rates no surprisingly ng 25 basis points. So maybe it's the start of a cycle of a new rate cut cycle, no? So nagpauna na in Switzerland, but kabaliktaran ng BOJ ng Bank of Japan, that is hiking their interest rates right now, no? Dahil na rin sa wages data nila or yung labor union verdict, no? Hindi ko na masyadong expound yun, but the idea is BOJ as well is one of the main factors why the DXY is rising. So USD JPY about to break out of the all-time high area of 151. So big base, cup and handle. If you're gonna use your classic technicals muna, no? So cup and handle targets is at 180 USD/JPY. $180, no? So $180. So that's USD/JPY. So if this breaks out, baka pwedeng maka-apekto sa equities natin yan, even the bond markets, no? Okay, so speaking of the bond markets, let's look at the US 10-year, no? US 10-year. So good enough movement coming from the US 10-year. So given na rin dahil na rin sa dovish remarks ng Fed na they will cut interest rates 3 times this fiscal year, this financial year 2024. So 4.2% na right now yung US 10-year natin. So still above the MA100, no? Still above the MA100. So medyo pa din, stay cautious pa rin. So a rising US 10-year, your TNX, if it's rising, that's tightening financial conditions and it will affect your equities and risk assets. So a risk-off signal essentially if tumataas yung TNX mo. So what we want for TNX, our US 10-year to do is dapat mag-break below MA50 na ulit siya. If ang mangyari is mag-support sa MA50 and umakyat yan papuntang 4.8%, expect a strong pullback in your equities and even crypto. So US 10-year. So big picture, actually US 10-year looks like a bull trap, no? So that's a good sign for equities. So bull trap sa yields. So as long as hindi siya nagbe-breakout sa 4.3, 4.4% dito sa area na yan, I think I'm still good with our equities to go risk on, no? To still go risk on sa equities natin, I mean. So that's your US 10-year, no? So let's look at US oil. So testing $80. Again, nagpo-pullback lang this trading week, no? On Wednesday even hanggang Friday, nag-pullback lang yan. So might test your MA20 as support level, and sooner or later, high probability for me since it broke above this inverse head and shoulder, a 3-month inverse head and shoulder. High probability it will do a run up papuntang $90. No? So that's gonna be bad for inflation. In anticipation for that, if umangat yung US oil mo and umangat yung inflation mo, it will revise some narratives sa natin sa na sinasabi ng Fed right now, yung mga dovish remarks nila. That's a high possibility, a high probability scenario, no, for the coming weeks and even months. So hopefully hindi naman mangyari, no. So hopefully our US oil drops below $80 and creates a mini bull trap and hopefully breaks below $76. Although recessionary naman yun, no? Wag lang super bilis na drop like nung nangyari noong 2020. Wag lang super strong drop, no? Gradual drop of US oil is much better for me, no? So that's our US oil. Okay, so speaking of, we have some significant news this trading week, no? So in anticipation of for this trading week, we have key events, no? On the 25th, new home sales that will affect your home builders. You have your goods orders, durable goods orders might affect your industrials and possibly your consumer staples, consumer discretionary as well. Consumer confidence, for me, mid-tier data lang yan. Crude oil might affect your uh, US oil movement, US oil prices. GDP final revision will be released this trading week. So significant yan. Significant enough yan na if ever we have lower than expected GDP or maging lower yung revision niya, it may signal a recession. And ayun, yun yung mag-validate bakit dovish yung Fed. Yun yung mag-validate bakit dovish yung Fed, no? So kaya if lower than expected, lower than the previous revision, yung final revision ng GDP. So we have initial jobless claims this trading week. So another jobs data, labor data, but basically sabi rin ni Chair Pao nung Wednesday, may nagtanong sa kanya, what if daw if maging malakas yung labor market, no? Stronger hiring daw, maging malakas yung labor market. Makaka-apekto ba yon sa stance nila on their rate cuts? Sabi ni Chair Pao, even a strong labor market, they won't make any changes in their rate cut stance, no? Or even delay their rate cuts. So yun yung one of the dovish remarks na binigay ni Chair Pao this trading week. Yun, medyo mainit. Papawis tayo. So that's good, no? Na-exercise tayo habang gumagawa ng homework for this trading week. So hot inflation data, no? Tinanong sa kanya na malakas ano yung parang views nyo on the hot inflation data. Tinanong nung isang reporter kay Chair Pao. Sinabi niya, as expected daw, bumpy road talaga, papuntang 2% target. Yun, basically, parang shinrog off niya lang yung hot inflation data. We shall see actually on the next coming months if magkaroon talaga ng surgence or re-inflation na data, no? So yun, updated dot plot gives out a median of 3 rate cuts. So let's look at the Fed CME watch tool. Fed watch tool. Okay, sana ba yan? Fed watch tool. CME. Yan, so sige, habang naglo-load yan, sabi on the updated dot plot, may median of 3 rate cuts this trading year. This financial year. So medyo mabagal lang na mag-load, no? Medyo mabagal internet natin sa labas. Okay. So let's look at the chart. Let's look at the dot plot 2024. So ito yung median at around 450 basis points or 4.5% yung main target for this trading year or this financial year. So yan yung median projection, no, all in all. So let's look at the table. So hindi na natin tignan yan. Tignan natin yung probabilities kailan ba mag-start mag-cut ng rates ang Fed. So most likely on May or June na yung high probability natin na May pala, low probability pa. Sorry, 05, 01. Naka pala to, month, date. Kadalasan kasi naka-day Anyway, May, low probability for a rate cut. On June, yun, high probability 66%. So that's our projected rate cuts this trading year. So yun. That's gonna be good for the markets if talagang mag-commit sila on those rate cuts. Hindi pa natin alam, no? Madami pa tayong data na incoming. Most especially in core PCE. If super laki ng effect ng PPI, ng inflation sa PPI, yung PPI data sa core PCE natin, baka mag-iba talaga yung stance ng Fed. But since it's a presidential election year, for me, low probability na hindi sila mag-rate cut this trading year. So on Friday, on Good Friday, Fed Chair Powell will speak again. No? So baka i-reiterate niya lang din yung mga dovish remarks, but dependent pa rin siya on what will be our data on the initial jobless claims and core PCE. Yun. So that's our key events for this trading year, or I mean this trading week. I'm sorry, trading week. So next is our earnings calendar. For the US market, we have Dada, GME, GameStop on kailan ba to? Kailan ba to i-release? On March 26 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have Alt, mga small caps lang naman yan. Mid caps, Carnival Corp. We have another mid cap, WBA, no? More on pharma retail. So no significant earnings releases naman this trading week. Ang pinaka na nating pwede mong tingnan or pinaka pwede mong tingnan is Rumble. So up siya ng 60% year to date, Rumble. So although big picture, not yet attractive for me. So up lang siya coming from this big decline. Parang capitulation move, high probability if you're gonna look at this play or look at this stock, baka square root reversal pattern yung gawin ni Rumble. So hindi ko alam yung business na ito but yan. For me, pass. Yun, pass siya. Yun, ano pa ba yung mga hindi ko na discuss? So speaking of another significant news this trading week is yung Bank of England holds their interest rate at 5.25%, no? So at the same time, another thing, no, na sinabi ng Bank of England na medyo dovish is mukhang magpo-pause na yung karamihan, no, sa committee nila. They are inclined to further pause their rate hikes. I mean, keep their interest rates unchanged, no. So may isang committee member na leaning toward rate cut. So parang may isa na doon. So that's a good development sa ECB natin, sa European Central Bank. So may mga nakakalimutan pa ba ako? So let's look at the heat map. So let's look at fixed income, TLT up. Dahil na rin sa US 10-year, AGG, HYG, mga junk bonds mo, tama ba? So let's look at HYG. Yan, so parang siya, high yield corporate bond, mga junk bonds mo, up 0.8%. So parang TLT pa rin nag-outperform, no? You have your EMB, your emerging markets bond ETF, up ng 1.5% halos. So that's our fixed income. For currency, we have our Bitcoin ETFs, IBIT, GBTC. Down this trading week, we have commodities na slightly up lang. Yung GLD mo, SLV, down negative 2.13%. So, ayun. Ilang minutes in na ba tayo? So, almost 43 minutes in. Let's look pa ba ang individual name? So, for me, hindi na muna, no? Since it's only a market outlook, so move forward na tayo sa crypto. So let's look at the crypto heat map. So Bitcoin this trading week 0.56% up lang. Ethereum is down negative 4.7%. So mainly parang nakikita natin is rotation toward mid caps, mga natin, mga meme coins, no. So nandiyan yung Doge mo up 22%, Shiba Inu up 10.5%, Bitcoin Cash up significantly this trading week ng halos 16%. So eCash 22%, mga high value traded names mo halos mga down, no, which is yung mga main coins mo, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana. Yung top 4 natin is down this trading week. So may rotation ka lang, no, all over the board, may rotation ka toward outside your main coins. So yun, hindi ko na titignan yung mga charts na. So let's look at the PSE. Open up ko lang yung ating Investa platform. So starting with the PSEI, still consolidating, still in this mini base at the 7K area. So parang nag-resist pa din talaga at 7K, no? So dahil na rin sa USD PHP, parang medyo nawawala yung mga ano mo, yung mga foreign mo. So rising USD PHP is bad for foreign uh, buyers, no? So syempre kikip na lang nila as dollars yung dollar nila, yung pera nila, instead of speculating it or putting it in emerging markets. So USD PHP looks like na nag-create din ng mini bear trap. Create a mini bear trap breaking below this support trend line. Most likely it will test again your 57 area, no, 57 pesos area. So yan, that's our USD PHP. So basically PSCI for me is gonna still consolidate maybe a month or so. Much better din yun, no? Much better din yun, exchange of hands papuntang local para mabawasan yung float ng ano ng overall local markets natin. Para if ever dumating na yung mga ano mo, mga foreign mo, mas madali nang matulak yung PSCI natin. So that's our PSCI. So 7K is still a resistance area. As long as your 6.8 is holding, okay pa naman yung PSCI. So let's look at the moving averages. You have your MA50 trending upward, so looking good pa rin, no? So baka i-kiss niya lang muna to, tong MA50, then doon mag-proceed yung run-up. Pero for me, PSCI, medium term, I'm bullish. Short term, I'm neutral for PSCI. Neutral. Dependent yan sa mga susunod na developments, no? Crucial tong a month of April. Especially yung inflation data and yung mga remarks again ng natin, ng central banks. Yan. Okay, so tignan natin earnings calendar. So this week we have significant earnings released this trading week. You have your MOND, you have your GT Cap, your LTG, Wilcon, your Converge as well, no? So let's look at the individual names since wala naman tayong masyadong titingnan sa PSE. So okay, so let's look at GT Cap. So GT Cap, higher than expected yung revenues, income niya. But what happened to GT Cap is na-fade siya nung Friday. Faded. So parang sell on news for me yung pinapakita ng GT Cap basically. So for me, this is also a tradable setup, no? A flag papuntang MA50. So essentially a pullback. Pero I won't buy this pullback muna. I'll buy the strength after the pullback. So if ever man na talagang sell on news lang siya, and the market digests that news, that na yung earnings na is quite significant, no, yung development na yun, dapat ang gawin niya is mag counter rally kahit papaano papuntang $700 pesos area and create sa consolidation area dito. So for me, GT Cap, yun yung nakikita kong setup. So yun, that's GT Cap. So looking at the big picture, still on an early stage markup. So this is your accumulation base, no? Basically, eto. Yan. So ito yung accumulation trading range natin. So overall, our main targets yung 1618 target natin, initial target natin, papalo at 1K. So malayo pa yung main targets natin basically, no, for GT Cap. If we're gonna apply our Y Coffee on targets. So that's GT Cap. So next is LTG. So wala pang mga earnings data sa Investa. So LTG, I think na-release yung annual report niya 6 days ago. Yan, may earnings data na pala. So okay naman yung net income niya, 34B pesos, but ayun, no significant price action muna for LTG. So Converge, sige. So yan, Converge, Wilcon, plus. So let's look at Converge. So Converge, okay, so nice movement, no? Nice movement pa rin naman. Wala pa rin tayong earnings release sa Investa. Double check natin, no? Na-release na ba to? So reported EPS 0.36, EPS estimate is 0.30. So surprise siya, no? So higher than expected yung earnings natin for Converge. So emerging setup for Converge is an accumulation setup, no? So for me, if it breaks above 10 pesos, that's my main trigger, no? I'll wait for a coil after that 10 pesos breakout. Then that's my tradable setup for Converge. So far, you have your MA50 uptrending na kahit papano. Nag-create ka na ng good inflection papuntang inflection on the upside. Nagkakaroon ka na rin ng flattening right now, no? So that's a sign of accumulation for me for Converge. So baka may turnaround again, no? We don't know. But looking at the overall market structure, market profile, nandito yung point of control natin, which is yung IPO area. So madaming shares na trapped at 1550. So right now, next high volume node mo is at 9 pesos area. So once it derails or decouples doon sa 9 pesos area, next magnet area mo is at 15 pesos. So high upside for Converge, no? If you're a position trader, you can look at Converge. So Monday, Monday hindi pa natin nakikita. So quick look muna tayo, quick look. So medyo nagpapawis tayo, init. Sorry. So Monday. So good pullback toward MA50. Also on an early stage markup. Attempted to break above this accumulation resistance area at 1040. Tinest lang yung 10 pesos area as support. So right now, this is actually a tradable setup for Monday. Okay, this is nice. For me, targets for Monday, let's plot our targets. So Y Coffee ang target natin is at 14.45 muna. So sa akin, baka ipalo ko na lang dito sa 12.60 muna. 12.60. Yung dating support na might turn as resistance. Pero in terms of volume profiles, big volume at 1350, high volume node yan. So expect some break-even sellers at 1350. Ayun, that's our Monday. So lastly, our plus. So plus. So still strong actually, no? Still strong. So tignan natin yung press release. May na-release na ba tong earnings? Cash divs na-release niya, no? So cash divs is 1.8%. Cash div rate 0.18 per share. So let's look at, wala pa naman earnings pala, no? Hindi pala na-release this trading week yung earnings ni Plus. So ito yung ano natin anticipated earnings release dates natin. So hindi siya na-release this trading week. I'm not sure, wala pang lumalabas sa Invest But overall, Plus is creating new 52-week highs. Next area na most likely to test niya is dito. Yung $12 pesos area. So that's a strong resistance, no? I think. 12 pesos. So turbulence area. So mga naipit mo dyan will sell at break even. Okay, so that's Plus, no? So online gaming platform. Okay, so far na-discuss na natin yung US, macro, PSE, and actually same with yung crypto na discuss natin kahit paano. Hindi lang natin nakita yung mismong chart. Sige, lagay na lang din natin para satisfied lahat. So as long as 63k holds for Bitcoin, I think all goods pa naman. Looks like it's creating a pullback channel papuntang MA50. Baka i-kiss na muna yung MA50, itetest niya yan, and then sooner or later might re-break 70k again, no? So April 29 is the anticipated Bitcoin halving date. So significant event yun for BTC, no, and the crypto markets. So short term, if ever mag-rally yung BTC natin, no, for this month of April, on the last week of April, baka sell on news na yun. So that's my bias for BTC. So still, it may create another up run or up move papuntang 80k. this April. That's a high probability. That's a high probability scenario for me as long as ma-hold yung 63k. Oh. Okay, so that ends my market outlook for the trading week. I hope we all have a fruitful 13th week of 2024, no? So yun, always prepare ahead, no? Always prepare ahead. Don't predict, just react, no? So always look at your setups and follow your risk management. Yun, so good luck everyone. God bless. Goodbye and see you on next Sunday, no, for our next market outlook. Okay, sige. Bye-bye. Ingat. God bless.